Experimenting with photography. Macro photography. Personally, this is one of my favorites. So macro just means close-up. Close-up pictures of everyday things caught in the act of being themselves. Love it. So you're taking photos that typically are 12 inches or less. That's kind of how far away, and frequently it's much less. So close-up pictures of everyday things that are pretty close. So you're within a foot from them. A couple of things that you need to think about as you're shooting macro photography. Magnification. All right, so you need to get in there. You need to see things. And some macro photography allows us to see things that our normal human eye cannot see, which is really kind of fun. Perspective. Think about perspective. Think about interesting camera angles, right? So instead of just shooting down at it, can you shoot up at it? Can you get at eye level with it? You're going to get a whole new perspective. Again, lighting. We're going to talk about lighting more detailed in the future, but even adding a light, a flashlight, a craft light, a lamp, that will help in the composition and especially with macro photography. The depth of field. Typically with macro photography, we have a very shallow depth of field, meaning that object is very much in focus, but shortly thereafter it goes out of focus. And even maybe the back part of your object is not in focus. It's just the front that you're shooting. Or, you might have a little bit of not in focus directly right in front of you, and it's the mid area that's in focus and quickly goes out. So it's a very shallow depth of field. And again, don't forget about your composition. Just because you're shooting something super, super close doesn't mean that you don't have to worry about composition.